Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel as well as tapping the notification bell to be alerted every single time I upload a video for you guys, as well as following me on my social media platforms at Valena WWE on Twitter and Instagram. So without further ado, I'm going to be jumping into my 2019 King of the Ring predictions, but more so examining the entire bracket of superstars competing in this year's King of the Ring tournament. So I absolutely adore the King of the Ring tournament. Although, admittedly, I will say, the past couple of years, there hasn't been King of the Ring. I guess they squandered on it. Didn't really feel like it was needed because of the Money in the Bank. But I will say, I love King of the Ring. I think it's so good as long as the winners get utilized correctly. And that kind of ties in with Money in the Bank for me as well, because Money in the Bank currently is how I felt about King of the Ring 4 years ago. In 2015, when Wade Barrett won, he was not utilized after his victory. So it was just kind of like a WTF moment. If you're not going to utilize the winner, what's the point of even having the tournament? So that's kind of how I feel about Money in the Bank. Not necessarily to that extreme, but Money in the Bank is sort of becoming kind of like a quick cash grab. The creative team, including Vince McMahon, is not leaving any suspense for the Money in the Bank briefcase anymore. What they're doing is they're having these winners of the Money in the Bank matches cash in the same night. Now, I know that is cool to some people, but I just don't like that at all. To me, I just feel like it's a waste of the Money in the Bank briefcase mystique, because the fun of it is to have it for quite a while, to kind of tease the opponent that you're going to cash in, but you're really not. It's just a great way to promote the talent for a lot of months before they eventually cash in, whether it be a fail or a success, because it gives that person a big storyline for the next couple of months. So for these people to cash in and fail, or to cash in and succeed, I don't necessarily like that, because it doesn't really build a lot of intrigue around the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, in my opinion. So I just hope with King of the Ring it is booked correctly. So I don't really care who wins. I just want the person to be catapulted to the main event scene, be booked correctly, and not be booked as a lackey or jobbed out or anything like that. I do feel like the King of the Ring tournament, as well as the Money in the Bank, were originated to build newer talent, to increase them to the next level. So if they're stuck in the mid-card, this is a perfect way to creatively build them to the next level, to the main event scene. That is why it was intended, these tournaments and the Money in the Bank briefcase, to elevate talent to the next level organically. So looking over the brackets, obviously the brackets have yet to be announced with who is facing who, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be examining each talent, going over who I feel needs it the most and why. And I just want to say a lot of these talents in this match really could use this victory. So a lot of this talent is a lot of these diehard mid-card talents who I think are just so incredible in the ring. So jumping right in, we have, starting off with the Raw roster, and then I'll go into the SmackDown roster. Starting off, we have The Miz. The Miz definitely doesn't need it, although he could use it, but I just feel like The Miz, you know, is so accomplished on his own that he does not need the King of the Ring. Although it would be a good way to implement him into the main event scene by winning the King of the Ring tournament here, but I just don't think that The Miz is going to win. Ricochet. Ricochet is incredible. I think that he does not need it because he's still so new to the roster. I'm more so looking at people who have been there for a while, who really need this more than anything right now. And Ricochet is so young. He's got a lot of time left. I definitely don't think he needs this victory, but I wouldn't be opposed if he won, because he is incredible in that ring. Next, Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander is amazing. He's an amazing cruiserweight in the cruiserweight division. He's incredible in the ring. I just don't see him winning it. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, I've honestly given up on. I feel like he is definitely always booked to lose. He could definitely use his victory, but I just don't see them promoting Joe to that next level. I really don't. He's great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he's kind of on his way out. He's what, 40 now? 41? So I don't know if putting this tournament victory on Samoa Joe is the best idea. I do feel like Samoa Joe has kind of reeled it in. You know, he knows his position in the company and that's not going to change. So I think he's just accepted the cards that were dealt his way and it is what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. Drew McIntyre. This is my personal choice to win. I think Drew McIntyre is more than deserving. He's earned this. Drew McIntyre should have won the Rumble. He didn't. Drew McIntyre lost at Mania against Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre lost Money in the Bank. It just feels like in the past 6 to 8 months, Drew McIntyre has just been on a losing streak, and I'm just not here for it at all. So I think Drew McIntyre should be a surefire winner in this tournament to propel him to the main event scene. You know, he deserves more than just being Shane McMahon lackey. I think that's ridiculous. It is embarrassing and it's infuriating as a big Drew McIntyre fan because we all know that he deserves way more than just being Shane McMahon's lackey and being forgettable. He's so much better than that. And it's just heartbreaking to watch that unfold every single week. He deserves to be in the MFing main event scene. Let's be real. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is a heel that has go away heat. Obviously, you know, he's great at doing that, you know, but I definitely don't see him winning here. If he won here, that would be annoying as hell. It'd be a crime, honestly. He definitely could use this victory, but I just don't see him winning. Sami Zayn is definitely somebody I could see winning this. He's incredible in the ring. It would be a good way to propel Sami Zayn to the next level. Do I think that he's going to win realistically? Probably not, but I would definitely think that he'd be like a dark horse kind of pick to win this entire tournament. Next, Cesaro. I think Cesaro is incredible in the ring. He is so overlooked and so underutilized. Cesaro proves day in and day out that he deserves to be a part of this brand and deserves to be booked correctly. And for the longest time, he just has not been. And he still, you know, is not booked correctly. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem backstage is because it all stems to backstage. You know, obviously he's an amazing performer. He's one of the best performers that WWE has in their current brand. And so it's definitely something backstage because he definitely proved his skills. Whenever he performs, it's always top tier. Cesaro is just so good that I feel like he definitely deserves this King of the Ring victory to catapult him to the next level. But unfortunately, I just feel like his ship has sailed with WWE. I think he's a great hand to have, but I just don't think that they see it for Cesaro, unfortunately. So I don't see Cesaro winning this King of the Ring tournament. And now for the SmackDown competitors competing in the King of the Ring tournament. Kevin Owens. Of course, Kevin Owens is on a hot streak right now. He's so over as a babyface. I really think that Kevin Owens is actually going to win this tournament. You know, a lot of people are comparing him to a PG version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I could definitely see that comparison. I do prefer Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Kevin Owens is definitely really, really good, especially for a PG era that we're in. Kevin Owens is definitely very good right now. I think being a face is definitely his high point because, like I said in my last video, he was kind of underutilized for a while, trying to find his niche as a heel, and he was a great heel, but then they kind of just like flatlined on Kevin Owens for a little bit, and I definitely think that he found a new spark and a new life being a face. Seeing as so many people are comparing Kevin Owens to a PG version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, it would be very fitting here, seeing as Stone Cold Steve Austin did win the 1996 King of the Ring tournament. So I think it'd be really interesting and poetic to see Kevin Owens actually win the King of the Ring tournament. So he is my front runner for sure. Up next, Ali. Ali is such a good wrestler. I think that this could really catapult his career and putting him on the map to be looked at as more serious competitor on the SmackDown roster, but I just don't see him winning here. I would love to see him win, but I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. Next, we have Chad Gable. Chad Gable is incredible. He is such an amazing All-American athlete. He's somebody who has been totally underutilized and misrepresented for years. I guess maybe his stature, they don't really care to push him to the level that he deserves to be pushed. But Chad Gable is definitely somebody to have your eyes on in this tournament. I don't see him winning, though. Up next, Elias. Elias is somebody who has been a personal favorite of mine since he debuted on the main roster in 2017. But I gotta be fair here and say that since coming to the main roster in 2017, he's now 2.5 years into his main roster run, and he just honestly flatlined. He did so good in the beginning, but now being booked the way he's booked, it's just so terrible. He's booked as a lackey. He's booked as a novelty act. He's booked as a joke, for lack of a better term, because he's just not being taken seriously. You know, unfortunately, anybody who's booked to be in the WWE 24/7 title picture is honestly being misrepresented, and unfortunately, Elias falls into that bracket. So Elias needs a whole new gimmick. I think this whole musician gimmick, I think it really ran its course. I hate to say it because he's so good on the mic and he's so good at getting the crowd in the palm of his hand. And he's an amazing heel. But unfortunately, 2.5 years later, I really think that this gimmick is stale and it's ran its course. I definitely think Elias needs an entire new persona. He needs a new gimmick. He needs a revitalization of the Elias character. And he definitely needs to be booked better. So unfortunately, I definitely do not see Elias winning this King of the Ring tournament. Although 100% he needs it. He definitely needs it. I just don't see it coming into fruition. Up next, we have Andrade. Andrade is incredible, with Zelina Vega being one of the best managers in the business right now. He is going to reach all new heights. I definitely think he could use this victory here. He's such an incredible athlete. He's amazing as a heel. I think that when he's in the ring, his in-ring skills speak for himself. He doesn't even need to talk with how good he is in the ring. He always delivers top-tier performances when he's in the ring. And I definitely could see Andrade being a wild card, like a dark horse kind of pick in this King of the Ring tournament. He's definitely somebody to have your eyes on. Unfortunately, I don't see him winning, but I've been wrong before. I would love to see Andrade winning, but just being realistic, I don't see it. But I would definitely tack him on as a wild card, dark horse kind of prediction. Definitely keep your eyes out for Andrade. Up next, we have Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is an incredible athlete. Ever since debuting on SmackDown Live, he has really been misrepresented in the Superstar Shakeup. We all know he had an incredible run as the Cruiserweight champion, and he transitioned from the Cruiserweight division to the mainstream regular roster on SmackDown Live. So he's yet to really find his footing, but now he's kind of in like a storyline with Roman, which is amazing. He's facing Roman Reigns tonight on SmackDown, which I'm so excited to see. Of course, by the time this uploads, it'll be a few days after that, so we'll see how that pans out. I'm just hoping for the best for Buddy Murphy. Very similar to Andrade, he's definitely someone to look out for. Definitely a wild card prediction, a dark horse for this tournament, but unfortunately, I do not see him winning at all. And last but not least, Shelton Benjamin. He is a decorated vet. He's so damn good. He's so incredible in the ring. He's unfortunately somebody who I think has the least potential to win, being his age and being that he's not booked at all, really. So I just think he's a good hand to have in this tournament. He'll put on amazing matches. If he gets to the semifinals and quarterfinals, we'll see. I definitely don't see him winning here, but he's an incredible talent to have in this competition. So as a whole, I like all of these competitors for this tournament. 16 men, 8 men from Raw, 8 men from SmackDown. I think it's going to end up being Drew McIntyre versus Kevin Owens in the finals, which is going to be amazing. It's going to blow the roof off of that Clash of Champions event. If they do have it at Clash of Champions, the finale, I would love to see it. A lot of these men, I'd say 95% of these men are higher upper mid-card talent who just need that little boost to push them into the main event. And I think this King of the Ring tournament is going to epitomize that for these men. So the King of the Ring tournament is going to help people establish themselves as a more dominant talent, and I just love that. So hopefully whoever wins here is booked correctly in the coming months, and I just wish all these men the best that are competing in this King of the Ring tournament. I'm so excited about it. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you excited? Are you not excited about the competitors competing in this year's King of the Ring? Sound off below. Let me know who you want to win the King of the Ring tournament for 2019. All right, guys, with that being said, I will be back soon with a new video. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and follow me on my social media at MelinaWWE on Instagram and Twitter. I'll see you guys soon in a new video. Bye, guys.